Gaurav, three very quick points. This is nothing less than a declaration of political war, not just on Sidhu, but against the Gandhis directly. The fact is, this is not an emotional Amrinder Singh speaking. The comments that he made immediately after resigning can in some way be explained as the hurt, the humiliation, and emotions being worn on his sleeve, on a very painful day for him. It can at least be understood in that way. But it's been a few days since that painful day for Amrinder, and this is the politician talking. This is Amrinder Singh using very considered words to say that he will pit someone against Sidhu if he's projected as chief minister. As a person who still belongs to the Congress, this comment is nothing short of internal treason and rebellion within the party. It's nothing short of that. Point number two, his first comments on the Gandhis, where he first softens it by saying they are like my children, the siblings Rahul and Priyanka, but then goes on to land the hammer blow by saying they are inexperienced and are being misguided by the people who are advising them. The Makans and the Surjewalas and the others are all they're a side dish as far as this attack is concerned. In my view, what Amrinder Singh has basically done is, without naming Sonia Gandhi in the leadership, he has basically declared war on the Gandhis, on the leadership of the Congress.
Absolutely. Let me bring in Rajdeep Sardesai, the last word when it comes to politics and what's the real story? Rajdeep, this is declaration of war as far as Captain Amrinder Singh is concerned, because Rajdeep, he'd made it very clear. He was happy to step down. 3 weeks back, he told Sonia Gandhi, I'm happy to step down. She said, stay on. And now this humiliation.
Well, that's his claim. Let's put it this way, Gaurav. On Saturday, soon after he was virtually forced out, when we interviewed him, he said that Sidhu was anti-national and that he would fight him tooth and nail. Now he's gone a step further, because he's not just attacking Sidhu, he's attacking the new chief minister in a way, questioning his credibility, questioning his experience, saying that he will try and ensure that Sidhu is defeated in the elections, also questioning the advisors of Rahul Gandhi. So he's gone. It's a step-by-step escalation. My sense is it's one of two things. Either he's trying to create a situation where the party sacks him, so that he can then wear the halo of martyrdom and look at the age of 79, tallest leader of the party in Punjab until now, removed by the Congress. Or he's preparing step by step the ground to gradually, perhaps at the right time, try and form his own party. Because when he was asked, you're 80, can you really go ahead and form your own party? He says, well, it doesn't make a difference whether you're 40 or 80, I'm still young. So he gives me the sense of an angry man, of a bitter man at one level, with the way he's been treated, and is simply now looking for the right opportunity to strike, either by quitting and forming his own party or a realignment in Punjab politics, or pushing the Congress into a position where they are forced to remove him from office. None of this, Gaurav, let's be very clear, is doing the Congress any good just 4 months before an election in Punjab.
And just look at the way he's attacking at various levels. So, Channi, he attacks him for his inexperience. Navjot Singh Sidhu, as you rightly pointed out, he said he's inexperienced, he's anti-national. Very strong word. Then, KC Venugopal, Rahul Gandhi's key advisors, Randeep Singh Surjewala, KC Venugopal and Ajay Makan, attacking them directly. Also, not sparing Sonia Gandhi, saying, he's claimed that I told Sonia Gandhi I'm happy to quit, but he was asked to stay on.
Look, I don't fully believe that. Because I do believe that the Congress has been trying to create a situation for months now where the captain himself said, I'm on my way out. So I don't think that it was Sonia Gandhi who was trying to persuade him to stay on. Far from it. I think there was silence from the Congress High Command. That's the worry that the captain had. And he believes that that there were people in Delhi, and when he's asked a question about the Gandhi siblings, particularly Rahul and Priyanka, he says, look, they are being misguided by the people around them. So more than just the Gandhi family, I think what he's doing at this stage is first targeting the people around the Gandhis. The next target could well be the Gandhis themselves. He wants to create a situation, this is my sense, where eventually the Congress leadership is forced to say enough is enough. Amrinder Singh has violated party discipline, let's throw him out. That would be the situation he wants because it gives him martyrdom. But will the Congress do that? Is the Congress willing to bite the bait, or will the Congress try and ignore Captain Amrinder Singh in the belief that let the focus remain on the new Chief Minister?
Because Shiv, the question also remains, can the Congress afford to let these statements come, and if they ignore it, they're only likely to escalate. He says you could be old at 40 and young at 80. An indication he has a lot of fight in him and he will fight it out to the finish.
You know, Gaurav, I completely agree with Rajdeep that Amrinder Singh appears to be laying the groundwork for what his next move might be. He needs to play this strategically as well. But the point as far as calling the Gandhi siblings inexperienced, you know, Rajdeep may correct me if I'm wrong because he has chronicled this quite deeply. This is perhaps the first time we are seeing a senior leader, or perhaps even a leader within the Congress party, actually explicitly and on the record calling Rahul and Priyanka inexperienced. It's unheard of in the Congress party. Rajdeep, am I right? This could be the first time such an attack has happened?
Look, there have been leaders who have been leaving the party, who have been, you know, from time to time questioning the Gandhi family when they've left the party. Not all of them have directly named them, but the impression, whether it's a Jitin, even when those close to Rahul Gandhi like Jitin Prasad or Jyotiraditya Scindia have left the party, they've clearly said that the party is at the moment rootless, the party is leaderless. So effectively questioning the existing leadership, which includes Rahul and Priyanka Gandhi Vadra. My sense, Shiv, is that Captain, as I said, is someone who wants to now, over the next 2 to 3 months, just ahead of the elections, create the impression that the Congress is a completely is a house completely out of control, has broken down. The system in the Congress has broken down. Thereby, hope that whoever is that both Mr. Sidhu and Mr. Channi, the new order, find it extremely difficult to manage the party. I mean, you know, that's the captain wants, by every day putting out these kind of dramatic statements, capture the headlines and thereby undermine a new leadership. Imagine your Chief Minister just 2 days ago and your predecessor from your own party is saying you're incapable of handling a state like Punjab. I mean, what's the message that's going out?
And is this being done by design? Is there a bigger design behind these actions? Because this is not spur of the moment, Rajdeep.
Absolutely. Look, I think there are those who, of course, believe that the captain is inching closer to the BJP. I don't think that's going to happen right away. Because remember, the X factor in Punjab, Gaurav, is the farm issue.
Yes.
If the government, the centre is able to reach out to the farmers, then maybe the captain may have an opening. But at the moment, I don't see him going towards the BJP.
In fact,
I just see him with one point.